Okay, so this is the Improving Productivity exam for the ECDL course. This exam is split into two sections. The first section is a performance section, and you'll be asked to carry out tasks based on a scenario using an application of your choice. It is recommended that you allow approximately 45 minutes to complete the performance part of the test. The pass mark for the test is 75%. The second part of the test is a knowledge part of the test. You will answer some questions which relate to the work you did in the performance part. There are 12 tasks in this section of the test. It is recommended that you allow approximately 15 minutes to complete the knowledge part of the test. Okay, so starting with the performance part of the test, you are given a scenario which you need to read through very carefully. The scenario for this sample test is the following. Employed as examinations administrator at Somerville Training, you have been asked by your manager to amend a letter asking applicants for the role of examination invigilator to attend an interview. The names and addresses of the applicants exist in another file, to which you will need to refer during the assignment. The letters to the applicants should be produced as an electronic file only and not printed. So given that scenario, you should already be starting thinking about what Microsoft Office program you'd want to use. So that should also already be shouting out to you that you're going to perhaps be doing a mail merge and writing a letter, and therefore that you would want to use Microsoft Word to carry out that task. Whilst data is presented to you in different formats, you should choose the most effective application for the task. The choice of application should also reflect the most productive use of IT. We're going to go through a sample one now. It says during the assignment you're expected to create a letter, insert a date, and do various other things including mail merge. So that highlights to me that I'd want to be using Microsoft Word. Part 1. Part 1. Open the file Interview Applicants from your Learner Drive. So you need to open Microsoft Word and then File, Open, and yours will be in your Z drive. You need to open the file which says Interview Applicants. Save the file to your Learner Drive as Interview Applicants, adding your initials at the end of the file name, for example, Interview Applicants AZ. So, File, Save As, saving it to our Learner Drive, but I need to add my initials at the end, and then you just need to save. The table heading row should have bold formatting applied. Okay, so we need to just highlight the table heading row and press bold. The application number column should be deleted, so we look for the application number here, we highlight the column and we go layout, delete column. The title column should be moved so that it is the first column in the table. So this title column here, if we cut that, so right click and we go cut. So now we've cut our column out, we need to paste it to the left. So if we go insert as new column, you see the options up here. Okay, we want to paste it as a column, so if we press here, paste, that will paste our column to be the first column in the table, so using the cut and paste tool. We need to do something else to this page. The job description column should contain the text examination invigilator for all applicants. So under the job description we need to type examination invigilator. So rather than copying it and pasting it in each individual cell, if we copy it, right click copy, and then select all the other cells, and right click and paste, that should paste that word into all the other cells. So the whole point of this task is to try to do things most productive way and the quickest way possible. The next task is the interview date column changes the dates only. We need to change the dates only to display in uppercase. So for the interview date here, we need to highlight this column. We don't want the title, it just says the dates only, so then we need to go to our case changer up here and choose uppercase, and that will change all our dates to uppercase. Ensure that all columns are wide enough to display all the data. So if we highlight all of our columns, when we've highlighted the column, we should be able to use this tool. So if you move your mouse over the lines in the table, you get the double line tool. If you click that, because you've got all of your columns highlighted, that double click on any one of those lines will make the table adjust, and each of the columns now fits all of the data inside. We need to set the width of the interview date column to be 2.75 centimeters. So the interview date, which is here, we highlight, and we need to set that to 2.75 centimeters. So under layout, you've got the width, and we need to change that to 2.75 and press return, and that will adjust that column there. Next step, remove the title, name and address data from the record for Alan Lewis and replace it with your own title, name and address. Ensure you keep the interview information for the record. So for Mr. Alan Lewis, we need to delete his title, first name, last name and address. Now it's really important that we do this the right way. First of all, I'm going to show you the wrong way to do it, just so that you're aware of it if it comes up when you try and delete data from a table. If you were just to highlight the data and press delete on your keyboard, you will be given this option to delete the cells. And if we select OK, what happens is the cells from the right hand side all get shifted across, and the table is all wrong. So you don't want to do that. That's not how you want to delete the information. So I'm just going to press undo. That'll put us back to where we were originally. So the right way to do it would be either to cut, using the cut tool at the top, or right clicking and pressing cut that way. Alternatively, you could, if it wasn't too much data, just highlight and press the delete within each cell. So once you've done that, you've got to replace that with your own name. Using the tab key in a table just moves you across into the next cell, so I can press tab, move me across into the next cell, and the down arrow and the up arrow moves you between up and down. And then you type your name and address in the place of Mr. Alan Lewis. And it says ensure you keep this information the same, which we've done so. Next point, delete the rows that contain applicants' details but where interview information is missing. Okay, so we need to delete Mr. Alan Stewart here because his interview date and time is missing. So we can go to layout, delete rows, and we can delete Miss Caroline Brandt here, delete rows, and we can delete Mr. Fred Richardson. We then need to save and close your file using the file name interview applicants, which we've already got. So file, save, and file, exit. And at this point you might be thinking, I recognise what I've just done there. I've just created a customer database that I might need to use later for a mail merge. Part 2, open the file interview letter. So you go to the start menu, Word, File, Open, and we need to open interview letter from our work files. We need to save the letter to the learner drive as applicant's letter, adding your initials at the end of the file name. So we need to go File, Save As, we need to call it applicant's letter, and we need to have our initials at the end. They've not asked us to change the type or anything, so we just leave it like that, and we press Save. The orientation of the document should be portrait, so we need to change that under Page Layout, Orientation, Portrait. On a single line centred horizontally below the company logo, enter the address line of the company. So just below the logo, we need to centre align it. So if we go Home, find our centre align tool, which is here, we need to type in the company logo. So we need to type in 12 for calls, Leeds, West Yorkshire, LS1 5NP, and the number as well. Type it exactly as they've written it down on the question. Change the text colour of the address and telephone number to any shade of blue. So we highlight it, change it to any shade of blue. Insert and right align the text, our reference, below the company address details and before the body of the letter. So below the company address details, we can just press return. Before the body of the letter, we can right align, and we need to add the text R ref hyphen PH AC 27 below the company address and before the body of the letter. The letter should contain a date that will update automatically. So we need to go Insert, and we need to put a date on so we know that our date is often in our header and footer, but we could also put a date anywhere in the letter. So we could go date and time, available date here, update automatically, and OK. So we can add a date here. So it doesn't have to be in the header and footer. If they say put it in the header and footer, make sure that you put it in there. If not, you can put it in the main body of the letter. Underline the text RE Exam Invigilator, so you can highlight it and then you can underline. In the first paragraph, amend the text beginning "We would be grateful if you could attend an interview" to read "We would like you to attend an interview." So change that to "We would like you to attend an interview." Change the word diplomas to certificates. So you need to find the word diplomas and change that to certificates. So if there's just one word, you don't have to use the find tool, you could just search for it in the document. Change that to certificates. The final paragraph should read, "I have attached a map overleaf for your information." So it says, "I have attached a map," and it should say, make sure the spaces are there, overleaf, space for your information. It's really important that you get the spaces in between the words so it all looks as it should do. At the end of the paragraph that refers to telephoning Sarah Lamb, add the text on 0113247479. So that's slightly different to the number that's up there. So don't just copy and paste it. So we need to put it at the end of telephoning Sarah Lamb. We need to click the cursor in there, and we need to do a space and add on 0113 247 4759. Ensure that you insert a closing at the end of the letter that includes your name and your job description, personnel manager. Now, a closing is just how you would close the letter. Okay, so at the end, you just need to make sure you've got a closing that says your name and what you do. So I might write, yours sincerely, and my name, and then we need to put personnel manager. At the end of page 1, insert a page break, so put the cursor as far down as you can, and we need to go insert page break. That will bring us onto the next page. On page 2, insert the graphical illustration leads office map. So if it's asked us to insert a picture, we need to go picture and go to where our work files are stored, and we want the leads office map and press insert. Okay, the next point, we've been asked to insert mail merge fields for the interview date and time that will match to the fields in the data source file. So rather than putting up here for an address, we're going to put them actually into the main part of the document. It says, we would like you to attend an interview at the above address on something at something. Now, you're not told to put it there. You just need to read through carefully and think about where it makes sense for the merge fields to go. So we need to start the mail merge as a letter. Select the recipients from the existing folder that we were working on earlier. And that was our interview applicants, and we changed it to have our initials afterwards once we've made the changes. Press OK. We need to insert a merge field here, so put your cursor in front of on, do a space, insert merge field, and we want the date, interview date, at, and then we need to make sure there's a space in front of that one, at, space, insert merge field, interview time, and then a full stop. So we've added our interview date and our interview time into the merge field there. Once we've added our merge fields, we need to check the document for spell checker. It hasn't asked us to complete the merge yet, so we don't have to do that. If we go on to review, spelling and grammar, we can go through and change our spelling mistakes. And then OK. And we need to ensure that the layout and the quality of work is suitable for the intended audience. And then you need to save the letter using the file name applicant's letter followed by your initials. So file, save as, and then applicant's letter followed by your initials, and press save. Now we need to complete the merge to a new document and save the new document to your learner drive as merged letters with your initials at the end. So now we complete the mail merge, mailings, finish and merge, first one at the top there. OK, and it's opened it up in another document called letters1. We need to go file, save as, and we need to change the name of that document to merged letters followed by your initials, and save that into your learner drive. And then we need to save and close all documents. So that's the end of the performance part of the test. You've chosen your application, you follow through the procedures just like you have done in previous tests, and then your final part of the test is a knowledge-based test. For your knowledge-based test, you will need to answer questions into an answer file. So it asks you to open the file called answer file from your learner drive. and then you need to answer your questions in these cells on the right hand side. So number 1 you would just answer in here, 2, 3, etc. Question 1. Thinking about the resources needed for this assignment, which software application did you consider the most suitable? A. Spreadsheet, B. Email, C. Word processing, or D. Presentation. So we put our answer C for word processing for question 1. Question 2. What feature of the suitable software application allows the task to be completed? A. It performs calculations. B. It combines text and graphics. C. It presents text, graphics, sound, animation. D. It sends and receives emails and creates diary appointments. Now, it's not going to be performs calculations because that's associated with Excel. It's not going to be presents text, graphics, sound, and animation because that's all about PowerPoint, and it won't be about sending and receiving emails because that's all about Outlook. So we want the answer B for question 2. Question 3. Which of the following represents the best reason why you chose this particular software application for the task? A. The application automatically numbers the pages as they are printed. B. Data can be quickly and cost-effectively processed. C. Photographs are automatically displayed with a reference number. Or D. The application changes the footer of the pages. So in this case, we'd want D. Question 4. Which of the following outcomes represents the best reason for choosing this particular software application for this task? A. The application uses related tables to store information. B. The files are automatically saved using the current date. C. The application is ideal for text but not for photographs. Or D. The application can mix text documents with names and addresses for mailing purposes. So we'd put our answer D below. Question 5. Which of the following is legal consideration when using IT? A. A single user license allows software to be installed on many computers. B. Copyright laws allow users to copy and publish whatever they wish. C. Ensuring that you use licensed software. D. Intellectual property rights only affect commercial properties. So we put our answer C in the answer file. Question 6. Which of the following tasks were carried out by the correct tool? A. Cartoons were inserted to illustrate paragraph text. B. Underlining was achieved by drawing a horizontal line. C. The data was sorted by cutting and pasting in the required order. Or D. A table was used to control the layout of the document. The answer is D. Number 7. Which of the following represent a strength in your final work? A. The document was saved as an unformatted text file. B. Additional photographs were added to replace text. C. The finished document is clear, well laid out, proofread and spell checked. D. The document was saved using the date instead of the file name. The answer is C. Question 8. Which of the following represent a weakness in your final work? A. Applying currency symbols to financial data. B. A chart or image hiding data beneath it. C. Spell checking before printing. D. All data can be seen. The answer is B. Question 9. Which of the following would improve your work? A. Applying a different colour border to each page. B. Correcting mistakes, spell checking and proofreading. C. Not saving files with clear logical file names. D. Saving the document using all 255 characters allowed. The answer is B. Question 10. In terms of business productivity, which of the following is a benefit of using IT tools and systems in the workplace? A. All data is saved as it is created, so daily backups are no longer required. B. The printer is always switched on, so printing emails is better than reading them on screen. C. The undo button means that errors are no longer made. D. Storing and retrieving company information is fast and efficient. So the answer there is D. Question 11. In terms of productivity, which of the following can be a drawback when using IT tools and systems in the workplace? A. Data never needs saving by the user as the computer saves files automatically. B. It is quicker to handwrite documents than produce them on the computer. C. Insufficient care taken when arranging text, photographs, and illustrations may lead to work having to be redone. D. A business needs to run a network of computers to be productive. The answer is C. Question 12. Which of the following are the benefits of improving productivity? A. There is no cost benefit to improving productivity. B. Emails can take the place of conversations with colleagues. C. If work is finished early, employees can go home early. Or D. Profitability. The answer is D. Then you need to save and close the file, keeping the same file name. And that is the end of the knowledge part of the assignment and therefore the end of the test.